Like if the organization does not
Mm-hmm.
help you live with ease, it's not truly organized.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
It's just put away. It's just neat. But the ultimate
Okay.
goal for me with every client that I see is that it helps you live with ease.
Hey, everybody. Welcome to The Ride. You're on the mothership inside the Black Mama Magic Room with the greatest podcast on earth.
G-Po.
Oh, I'm a little bit more with it this week. Just a smidge. Don't get excited. Just a smidge. Just a smidge. I am one of your co-hosts, Crystal Tennille Irby, mother of 4.
My name is Thea Monier, mother of 3.
And I'm
Right?
Nikisha
Yes,
Killings,
3.
mother. And I'm Nikisha Killings, mother of 4. Mm-hmm.
And we
Remy.
are... No. Nikisha does not count Nairobi. No.
She should.
But she doesn't.
Okay,
No.
fine. 3.
As you can hear, we have birds in the background. The birds
free.
are back. The birds
We
are
are
back.
free up in here. Mm-hmm.
And our theme for Black Mama Creative Week is reclaiming space. And by the time this episode releases, we would have had 2 workshops. We would have had a live performance in Houston, and we would have gone to seen the Cowboy Carter tour. So
In Houston.
in Houston, by the time this recording, it seems like we've had a great week. This episode, we have a guest, Kendra Littlejohn. Thank you, Thea. If you're watching on YouTube, Thea just pulled out her fan. And we have a guest for this episode, Kendra Littlejohn of Organized by Kendra. And she's going to talk to us about reclaiming space and organizing your space and the importance of organizing your space as a Black Mama creative. So stay tuned. Looking forward to that. Stick around. This is a normal episode. We're going to start with our responsive reading. Then we'll jump into our church announcements, praise reports, and prayer list requests. And then we'll close out with our Black Mama Say, which is going to be what I won't be doing. And the reason I chose what I won't be doing, because we have a Black Mama Say list, I chose what I won't be doing because I think that's about reclaiming space as well. As we take this time this week to reclaim space, what are you releasing? As Kendra said, what did she say? What are you putting away instead of putting down? Stick around and you'll understand that a little bit clearer. So as we reclaim space, what is it that you won't be doing? What are you clearing from your space that you won't be doing anymore?
I love that.
So let's jump into our responsive reading. Do you have a card number we want to do?
Who's got a number? Are you feeling something, Thea?
Let's do 13.
Okay.
13?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. That's divine. I was on 13.
Were you?
Card 13. Ha ha!
Oh, Black Mama Creative equals Dream Doula.
Do it like the influencers do.
Yes, do it properly.
Perfect. Black Mama Creative equals Dream Doula. That's the card from our Black Mama Magic card deck. This is card 13. 1 + 3 = 4.
I can't remember.
Okay. It's all
but
good.
4, I don't remember.
If someone out there, if our listeners know what 4 is, drop it in the comments.
Not one of the ones that normally pops up on us.
Drop it in the comments. Let us know. If you're watching on YouTube and you're a numbers person, you know what 4 means. Drop it in the comments. Let us know. Dear Mama, while new visions are being cultivated and growing in the belly of your imagination, make sure you are holding space, nurturing them in the way they need to be nourished to come fully into season. You are the doula of your dreams, and birthing day is just around the corner. Throw yourself a shower today to celebrate, then settle in, focus, prepare, and bring forth your vision into loving arms. Nikisha, you wrote this.
I did?
Yep, you wrote
You
beautiful.
always know.
I just remember, you wrote this. That's beautiful, though. That's beautiful. That's perfect for, that's really, really perfect for our episode because this is about like preparing your space. Preparing your space for imagination and preparing your space for creativity. So
I looked it up real quick, and 4 also is a number that not only signifies stability and foundation, but also order. order,
Oh,
which is
that's
really
perfect.
significant today.
That's
That
perfect.
is significant
That's really,
today.
really,
That's
really,
a good
really
one.
significant. Yeah, that's really significant.
Mm.
Yes.
So let's jump into our church announcements, praise reports, and prayer list requests. So, do either one of you guys want to go first?
I'm offering one-on-one sessions, and I'm really enjoying diving back into one-on-one joy sessions with people. It does feel like a return to something that I loved and let go of a few years ago, to come back to it in a way that is healthy for me and healthy for my clients. So that's happening, and super excited about that. So if you're not a part of that newsletter, please join it. If you want more information about bringing flowers in our events, let me know. The person I want to put on the prayer request list is our Crystal Nice Iya Fatuni Minu Oya Alona De Oshumbumi. And it's just because the more I witness this woman work and embody this practice, the deeper my admiration and respect goes for what it means to be someone who is like really standing at an intersection of two strong cultures, African American culture, Yoruba culture, and holding this practice. And that's not easy. That requires so much integrity, so much of what we call Iwa, so much faith. And we get to like witness it. When we think about people like Ntozake Shange and Toni Morrison, and we often wonder what would it have been like to be like around them at the time that they were doing what they were doing. I imagine it was tough. I imagine it's easier to like romanticize it, but they were creating and doing things in spite of, and they had to have a very strong mind and a very strong will and a very strong character. So I do want to put on the prayer request that, that everything that these women, that women like Maia and women like Ntozake Shange, who are living right now, everything they want, everything that they deserve, whether it's to grieve peacefully, to live easefully, to be able to have the freedom and the resources to do the work that they want to do, that they came here to do, that they know they came here to do, to be able to laugh and care for their families and rest. I just want to make sure that we are lifting that up for prayer constantly and consistently.
So for prayer request, I'll ask that the community hold up my dear friend and colleague. Folks usually see us together. The other half of Nikki Hunter Greenaway. It's been shared in the community that she was in a horrific car accident several months ago. And the healing journey is slow and long and complicated and not straight. And so keep her in your thoughts and prayers, and hold her up, say her name. And we know that she will be totally herself and back doing the work when the time is right, when she's ready. So I'll say that. And I don't know if I've shared with our community yet a praise report that I'm going back to school for some more.
No, you haven't shared that.
Bless it. Yeah, so I will be starting in weeks, a matter of weeks by the time this publishes. Yeah, for my doctorate in public health. I'm very excited about it, very bracing for what the next few years has to hold, but very much ready for something I knew would be coming a long time coming. So she gonna be doctor.
She gonna be a doctor.
Eventually.
Dr. Killings.
Yeah.
Congratulations, though.
It's a ring to it. Thank you, Boo. I appreciate it. Y'all,
it does have a ring to it. It does. You can do a lot with that.
I came across Dr. Killings the other day. She's the principal of Baldwin Hills Elementary now.
She probably some kin. She is probably some kin.
That. Yeah.
That's hilarious. All right, yeah, so keep me on the prayer list for that.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
That's-
You're going to need that. But yeah, you can do a lot with that. You can do a lot with Dr. Killings. You can do a lot with that.
Whole new
Mhm.
rebrand coming.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Congratulations.
Thank you, boo.
So my announcements are, first of all, we'll kind of sort of be active on Instagram, not a lot. If you really want to keep up with us, again, sign up for the newsletter. There
Mhm.
are some community things that I would like to explore in July and August, just virtual events that I would like to, try out with Black Mama Creative. So sign up for our newsletter if you're interested in hearing about those. And shout out to everyone who is signed up for our newsletter. Y'all really do be opening the newsletter, reading it more than once, clicking on stuff. So I do appreciate that because it does take time. So I really do appreciate that. The other thing is we have a collection plate cause, which is Creators Well, which is a nonprofit I founded. It's for 12 to 21-year-olds, black girls, femmes, gender expansive youth in South Carolina interested in writing and performance. We offer free creative and performance workshops. Thea is on our board. Our goal is to have 100 reoccurring monthly donors that give $25 or more. That is our goal. So if that is you, please click on the link in our show notes and then share with someone else who you think would love to make an investment in Black girls. We're talking a lot about community right now. I hear all the time, community is what's going to save us. Community is what's going to save us. This is a way to invest in community. This is a way to invest in Black folks. And, the minimum is $25. So if you know somebody that knows somebody that knows something about it, we are with open arms accepting donations larger than $25. But that getting 100 donors who are willing to give $25 or more a month will help us just build a foundation, will help us keep our foundation intact. And the last thing I would like to announce is the theme for Black Breastfeeding Week. Dim Black Moms Podcast is a co-sponsor for Black Breastfeeding Week. We sit on the steering committee. We are part of the planning for Black Breastfeeding Week. Did I say? I don't know. I may have said that wrong,
did.
but I meant Black Breastfeeding Week. So, Nikisha, what is the theme?
The theme
Breastfeeding Week
is boots on the ground, rooted in breastfeeding success, grounded in community support.
Yeah, and I love that. 803 Fresh. They are from South Carolina. So, they created a song, Boots on the Ground. So whenever that song can get some love, I love to see it. I love to see it.
Did you see him at the Grammys, girl?
I do not watch award shows.
I don't either. I saw him in a clip being interviewed, and he was so excited about how the song has been, spreading, how Beyonce's using it apparently during all sorts of things.
And during the tour, she uses it.
He had on a grill.
Yeah.
So he was real authentic. And he had a sister with him who was very much 4C.
Yeah.
Michelle. Michelle, you know what I mean?
Michelle.
Give him Michelle.
Yeah,
Give him
so
Michelle.
he's he has a whole thing about what he wants to do with the song. For him, it's not just a song. It's about bringing Southern soul. I think he called it Southern soul music back. So he has a whole thing that he wants to do, a whole vision for it. So it's not just a song for him. So he's very interesting,
Yes.
I'm like, oh, from South Carolina, hottest song out right now. Okay, yeah.
He is very South Carolina, and I love that. I love that for him. Yep.
Yeah. So whenever that gets used, I'm excited. With caution. It is a Black man, so I don't know. In 2 years from now, we may be singing a different tune about 803 Fresh. But for right now,
okay.
Present, realistic, functional.
Stick around for the mac and cheese, and that'll make sense to you.
Present.
And also, of course, prayers to Adriana Smith and her family as they navigate unprecedented times. And prayers to Black mama creatives right now, that you align your purpose with your response to the world right now. That it's possible for you to still do your work and respond to the world right now. That you don't have to leave your purpose in order to do that. And so I pray that you hold that and know that your work matters now more than ever. One of my favorite sayings as an artist, or a mantra that I hold dear, is something that Wynton Marsalis said: when civilization falls, art remains to tell the story. And it makes me think about the pyramids and hieroglyphics and how we find books and writings from my ancestors, and how art guides us in so many ways when it comes to history. Yeah. And so your work is important. And another one of our Black mama creative ancestors, Toni Morrison, when she was an editor, I forgot what company it was, but she was an editor, and it was during the Black Power movement. And she said, someone needs to write down what we're saying. There needs to be a record. That's what she said. And she was a person who got Angela Davis's autobiography published. She got a lot of people in the Black Power movement. She got their work published. So what you do right now as a creative matters.
Big time.
Yeah, keeping a record of what you're witnessing matters right now. So that's all that I have. Anything else? Anything that we forgot?
No.
If you're watching us on YouTube, don't just watch us, subscribe. We're up to 221 subscribers right now.
Look at that.
Over 400 people watched that Sinners episode.
Wow, that's so good.
Yeah.
That's amazing.
Huge.
Yeah. So really excited about that. Thank you all so much for subscribing. Please share this episode with at least one person who you feel like can benefit from this episode. And also, if you hear something that resonates, put it in quotations in the comments. I see y'all doing that. I like that. If you're watching on YouTube, or find the Instagram post on Instagram and hit us up in the comments if you hear something that resonates.
Let us know.
Yeah, let's get into this mac and cheese. Okay, everybody, welcome to our mac and cheese segment for our Black Mama Creative episode. And for our mac and cheese, we're going to be talking about the theme of Black Mama Creative Week, which is reclaiming space. And we're going to start like we start whenever we have a guest, by reading their bio. Because for those of you who listen to the show, our first-time listeners, we love to read the bios of the Black women that we have on here, because oftentimes Black women they have their hair down, they're working, and they write these bios, but they really don't listen to them or read them. So we love to read them out loud, because then it's like, oh, I forgot I did all that. You know what I'm saying? And that may prompt you to like, you know what? I forgot I did all that. So maybe I need to rest. Maybe I need to like go find some pleasure, some joy for a hot second, because I've done a lot. Okay. So our guest for this for our Black Mama Creative episode and for this mac and cheese segment is Kendra Littlejohn.
Hi.
Kendra is the
Kendra.
Hi, Kendra.
Hey, girl.
And I'll tell you my story about how I met Kendra. Kendra Littlejohn is the founder and chief organizing officer at Organized by Kendra, a premier home organizing and styling firm based in South Haven, Mississippi, and serving the greater Memphis metropolitan area and beyond. With her background in corporate finance experience, Kendra brings a unique blend of business acumen, creativity, and passion for helping ambitious professionals, entrepreneurs, and creatives cancel clutter. I love that. I love alliteration.
Yes.
Optimize space and create systems that seamlessly balance aesthetics with practicality. That was good alliteration because not every word began with the same letter, but you could still hear the sound. So that's nice. Being laid off after 20 plus years in corporate finance became the catalyst for Kendra to lean into what had always come naturally, turning disorganized spaces into peaceful, functional environments. Kendra launched Organized by Kendra part-time in 2018 and went full-time in 2020, determined to help others achieve the harmony and balance she knew was possible. Since launching Okay, That's Cute, Kendra's insights have been spotlighted in prominent publications like Essence, Real Simple, and Southern Living. Kendra is also a familiar face on her local news, delivering organizing insights and strategies to help viewers simplify their spaces. Driven by her mission to equip clients with the tools and resources they need to achieve harmony and live life with ease, Kendra specializes in customized organizing solutions that enhance both function and beauty. Her signature PACE framework, purge, arrange, create zones, and establish systems, guides each project with intention and structure. Her approach is grounded in passion, professionalism, integrity, and trust, as well as a deep commitment to helping clients transform their spaces and, in turn, their lives. Kendra actively engages with several professional and community organizations, including the National Association of Productivity and Organizing Professionals, the National Association of Black Professional Organizers, the South Haven Chamber of Commerce, and the Junior League of Memphis. Outside of work, Kendra enjoys being in nature, reading, mentoring, volunteering, traveling, and spending time with her 3 children, family, and friends. Welcome
Yes.
to the Black Woman Magic Room, Kendra.
Thank you for having me. I'm so happy to be here. You
So-
got to tell them how we met.
Okay. So, I am a creative who is often bogged down in work, and my space often looks chaotic. And I think we were living here, I don't know, maybe a year, and I was still living out of boxes. And so, I came to the realization I'm never going to unpack these boxes. I'm never going to organize the space. But I knew that clearing the space would open my mind. And I heard an episode, or I saw, maybe Lovey did a post, like she had an organizer come in and she did a post or something like that. And she had a thing on there for the National Black Professional Organizers. Going through that seemed a little overwhelming. So I went on Threads and I was like, hey, Lord, I really usually don't tell this much business, but I was like, hey, Charlotte, are there any Black professional organizers in Charlotte? I'm looking to hire a professional organizer. And did someone tag you?
Someone tagged me.
Someone tagged her, and she actually doesn't even live in Charlotte, as her bio says. I thought you lived in Tennessee.
Well, I live in South Haven, Mississippi, which is 10 miles south of Memphis, Tennessee. I'm from Memphis,
okay.
Tennessee. So it's the next state over.
Oh, that makes sense because on the Pink, Nikisha, what's our show? The Pink.
Oh,
what's
Pink,
the show?
The Pink.
The Pink. But what's
P-Town.
our show?
P-Valley.
Right, because
P-Valley.
P-Valley, they're in Mississippi, but they often go to Memphis. So, okay, got it.
Yeah.
Yeah, they often go to Memphis. But anyway.
That is so funny that is how you know that.
That's how I know that.
Shout out to P-Valley.
Shout out to P-Valley. I'm still waiting for a call. I'm available to play a role. Just want to put that out there.
Oh, my goodness.
I love that show. I would love to be on that show.
A role on the pole or...
Right. That's what I need clarity on. Which role?
Wherever I could be
She
on
would
the
go.
pole,
She would go.
I would go. Whatever
She will
role. I would love to play a stripper,
She
though.
would eat it in a box. It will be on a boat. It will be in a moat.
wherever.
Okay.
I would love to play a villain, and I would love to play a stripper because I think that's like a complex role. Okay, but side note, that's about my career.
You've
Anyway.
always said that. You've always said that.
Yeah, it's complex. It's complex. It's a complex mindset. So, and I think they have a lot of layers. But
They do.
So she doesn't even live in Charlotte, but she was in Charlotte on another job. And she hit me up and she stayed some
Wow.
extra days and she organized my
Yeah,
office.
that was divine intervention.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
nothing but.
And she did it in a day. And I was like, girl, you gonna be able to do this in a day? And she looked around,
What?
she was like, oh yeah, I can do this in a day. I was like, okay, girl.
Like work.
Yeah, like it was nothing. So that's how we met. And it was a really great experience for me. Because it did clear my mind, and like when you walk into your space and everything has a place, it was very clarifying and it was very peaceful. And then to see someone turn your space or use your space in ways that you never ever thought
Yeah.
of. Like she like turned around my closet and put it like in an organized way in a matter of
And
like 30
Crystal
minutes.
just kept saying, I would have never thought of that.
I would have
I would've
never thought of
that.
some of the things, that she thought of. So I'm so grateful. I told her I was going to have her. I was like, oh, you got to come on my podcast. You got to come on my podcast. So that's how we met. And now you're here.
Now I'm here on the podcast.
So we're going to start with our signature question,
Okay.
which is, where were you 10 years ago? And did you think you'd be where you are right now?
10 years ago, I was at my wit's end with my job, with my marriage. And I was exhausted. I was burnt out. I was living on fumes. And fast forward to 2017. Well, go back to 2015. My prayer for so long had been to take a 2-year sabbatical from work and just focus on me and trying to rejuvenate. So fast forward to 2017, I was laid off from my job. It wasn't exactly sudden because we got notice, that we would be laid off in November of 2017. I want to say maybe in April of that year. So we knew it was coming. But I got laid off. I was off for 18 months. I got the 2-year sabbatical. It didn't come in the package that I wanted it to. Of course, I didn't want to be without income, and I was for a very long time. I had applied for over 600 jobs. Nothing worked out. And a friend of mine said, why don't you start an organizing business since that's what you really love to do? And I said, you know what? You're right. You're absolutely right. That's what I'm going to do today. So I ended up starting that organizing company part-time. I did end up going back to work to corporate America. I was laid off of that job on my 11th month anniversary. And I went to my car. I made a post on Instagram that said, we are now full-time. And I've been full-time ever since.
When you think about 2015, could you have imagined that you'd be where you are right now?
I've always had an entrepreneurial spirit, and I've done many things before. So I knew that at some point I would get back to being a small business owner. I didn't know when, I didn't know how it would look. And honestly, I had done home organizing before. And I kept all my materials. I kept all my emails from that. But for some reason, when I lost my job, I did not automatically think about going back to home organizing. And I don't want to attribute that to my life being so cluttered and disorganized and my thoughts being all over the place. I did not have the wherewithal to even think clearly at that time. All I thought was, I don't know what I'm going to do.
Mm.
And it wasn't until my friend said, "Why don't you start organizing?" And I go, "Oh yeah, I used to do that. I actually used to do that."
Shout out to friends who remind you of your gifting.
I was just about to say.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
And that's a friend that I did not even know when I had done organizing before.
Ah.
This is a friend that I met somewhere along the way. And, she just knew that was innately who I was.
So she saw you, like a friend who,
Right. Right,
saw
right.
you,
Yeah.
saw you clearly.
Through and through.
How did you get into organizing?
The first time or the second time?
Just like the first time, but what drew you to
want to do organizing?
I'll be honest with you. The first time, I don't know. I don't know what drew me to that the 1st time. I really don't remember. I do know that it's just something I've always loved, even as a child. Like, I was the friend, you come over to my house, all the girls are like, "Ooh, your things are so neat. Don't touch. Put that down.
Put that back where you found it.
Back where you got it from." But I was just always that girl. And I knew that it was a gift that I had. And I know that we are given gifts to share them with the world.
So it's just like innate to you, if you you can see something and just innately you can figure out how to. You can see you can see a pile and then you can see.
I'm organizing it in my head already.
Kendra, let me ask you though, when did you know it was a gift? Because I think sometimes when things come natural to us or easy, we don't
always
initially
realize.
think of it. Yeah, we just think, oh, everybody thinks like this or everybody does this. When was the moment you realized, oh, no, niggas don't be organized. Like, or they don't, some people see that pile and they just like, girl, fuck that pile. Like, you know, when did you realize like, oh no, my mind works different around this?
I want to say I was probably very young when I realized that. I didn't realize that it was my purpose until 2017. I always realized I had the gift. I didn't realize it was my purpose until 2017. And what made me realize that is that there was some point in 2017, I don't remember if it was before the divorce, after the job loss. I don't remember exactly. It's not clear. I went through my whole house and got rid of almost everything. I needed to see clear space. I didn't want to see clutter. I didn't want to see piles. I needed to see things clearly. And I needed to move things out of the way to do that. I got tired of walking past piles of this or laundry or in this corner some things I needed to put away. I just got rid of it. And I realized how freeing that was for me.
Yeah.
And I realized that so many other people needed this. And that was
needed someone else to come in and
needed
help
someone
them
else to do it.
because it requires emotional support.
Yeah.
It requires emotional support. There's a book called The Mutant Message Down Under. And in this book, there's a woman that ends up on a walkabout with the Aboriginal tribe. And part of what they're trying to teach her is like what it actually means to be human. And that to be human is not to be over attached to things. That's one of the things that makes us, in their estimation, what they call fear people. Fear people, one of the characteristics of a fear person is attachment to things, like this over that we identify with the things. And so that's why I think having someone like you come in to kind of recalibrate that emotional attachment. I'd had a moment like that before I went to Egypt the first time where I got this urge to purge. And I pulled shit out from everywhere, kitchen, bedroom, and books on the shelves. And what I realized, all of my clothes were utilitarian. Nothing was pretty or flowy or beautiful or like inspiring me. Everything was for like had pockets and to do like work and labor through things. And the books were all about like oppression and sad shit. You know what I'm saying? And I was like, when I could see it, I was like, no wonder I'm feeling the way that I'm feeling. Like everything around me is doing that. Do you have those moments with your clients where they because it's concentrated and you've pulled it out from the shadows, kind of, you've pulled it out from the corners, and they're looking at it, they can see, like, oh my goodness, I can see how this was holding me back.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I definitely have those moments when we pull things out. Clients are looking at so many different phases of their lives.
Yes.
Like, I had this from when, I had this from this time, and then they're realizing, why do I still have
Why
these
do
things?
I still have it?
Why am I holding on to these memories that no longer serve me?
Mm-hmm.
And so, yeah, those types of memories, those types of moments happen all of the time, more often than not.
One of the things that happened when we were working together is we had a giveaway pile, a throwaway pile, and a keep pile, right?
Mm-hmm.
And so, as you know, she was putting things into a pile. I was like, oh no, I want to keep that. I want to keep that. I want to keep that. But then as the space began to get clearer and clearer, and I don't know if this is something you do with everybody, she returned to it and she was like, so are you still keeping this? Are you still keeping this? Are you still keeping this?
Yeah.
And I was like, nah, I don't want that. I don't want that.
Yeah.
But it happened as the space began to get clearer and clearer and clearer. The other thing that I noticed about you is, I mean, she did this in a day. I would have made one pile and been like, I'm about to go to bed and I'll be back tomorrow.
Yeah.
And make another pile on the third day. But she did this in a day. I felt like, and this is, I don't know if it was just me, but maybe this is a part of gifting too. I felt like when you were in a flow, I felt like you were energized. Like as you started doing it, you were energized. I felt like you had to make yourself like stop and be like, okay,
I do have to make myself stop.
We've done enough for today.
I do have to make myself stop because I will keep going.
Yeah.
I will keep going until I pass out.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
That's how you know you love
it. Right. But to your point, that is something that I do intentionally. For one, I won't spend a whole lot of time with a client trying to determine what to let go of. It's not the best use of time. So let's put it to the side. And as we build momentum, as you see that you're making progress, you see that you're clearing things out, you're not as reluctant to start letting go of the things you realize no longer serve you. So we go back to those things at the end. So that's very much intentional.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. It was, I was purging and I didn't even know it. And it also opened up space to grieve, which we've been talking a lot about this year, you know, unintentionally, and do some grieving that I didn't even realize like that I needed to do, you know.
And to celebrate progress, like to see and celebrate progress, I think too.
Absolutely.
Is like you don't realize how far you've gone until you've looked at all those things. Kendra, I have a question. How do you know when it's done?
Oh.
Because you can go on and like tweak and do the I have this too in sessions. Sometimes I'm like, okay, let me stop here. This is too much. Let me stop here. How do you and the client know when it's like, we're done?
If I can see the space all the way through to completion. So there are some spaces where I don't really get to see them all the way through to completion. For instance, in Crystal space, I had her order furniture, or I had her order different pieces. And so I was already back home when those things arrived. So I technically didn't get to see that space all the way through to completion. I left her with homework to do. But when I'm working with a client and I'm there till the end, everything has a place. Everything has function, purpose, and ease, that I know that I'm done. And so in like Crystal space, this is just how my brain works. Although I left her with homework to do, I go back home and I'm still wondering, did she get the homework done? Does it function the way
Crystal?
Need to? Do the
I don't think we have to talk about that.
With ease? The client may not even be concerned about these things, but I am, because those are the things that lets me know that the project is complete.
Yeah.
Yeah. So in
So
our
for
case,
those of
she
y'all who
did-
missed it, Crystal avoided the question that Nikisha had
no,
asked.
let me answer the
about-
question.
Wait,
In
what
full
was the
trans-
question? I didn't hear it.
Did she do her
Nikisha
homework?
Did you do her
wants to know
homework?
if I
Mhm.
if I did my
Kendra's
homework.
like, I would like to know. Did she do the homework?
So Kendra does do a lot of ordering for you. Well, it's best for her to do the ordering. Like, even when she stayed here, she was like, I need to stay near a Container Store. I was like, oh, she is for real, for real. So she does do a lot of the ordering for you. And like, so that was another thing that was like lifted off my mind. Like, cause I can get obsessed looking on the internet and comparing stuff. She's like, no, this is what you need. This is the kind of table that you need. You know, what do you like? Like, what do you like to see? Right. So she did leave me with homework and she did like check back in on me. I did do the homework. Everything does have a space, but Kendra will also come back and do little touch-ups, which I also plan to have her come back and do some touch-ups. Like this little
Good job, girl. Good job.
shelf, this hanging thing right
The
here. I don't know
shelf
if
and
people
the
can see it.
coat rack?
The shelf. She did throw out one of my shelves because she's like, this is cheap. This won't hold up. You need to get rid of it.
Look at
You need to get
Nikisha
rid of
like,
this.
what? She did what?
Dang.
What?
She's like, yeah, you gotta get rid of this. But like, I have all these bags from conferences and I do reuse them. So we got this thing to hang like my bags on. We got this shelf where you all can see the Beyonce album because I have a lot of books and just a lot of things to put on shelves. But also she utilized my desk. And as you can see, we ordered the second desk here. So my desk, I have like an L shape, kind of an L. But also she utilizes what you already have. So she turned sort of the bottom of my desk into like a bookshelf itself. And it's books that I look down and like, they're at my feet, but they're books, I've read parts of them, but they're books that like inspire me. Like she put certain books there. So
They
she
spark
does
joy.
Yeah, they
that.
do. They spark joy and imagination and
Creativity.
inspiration.
Yeah.
And so we have this little corner. And as you can see, I did put my pictures up.
You did. They
See,
look great.
I did do some of my homework. Now
What
my
about the
bookshelf.
table? Did you do the table behind
Yeah.
you?
Oh, the table. Okay, you can't see the table.
I can't see it. Oh,
Let me
I see it now.
You
Oh,
see
okay.
a little bit of it. There's the
Ooh,
table.
some life back there.
Yeah. And we have like some little touchstones on the table. Like, I was the first Black girl to win my high school pageant. So that's like a touchstone for me.
Oh, wow.
And like some
Oh.
other little touchstones on the table. We have this little tray right there. I don't know if you all can see it, that you have put my incense and stuff in. Like she even organizes your drawers. Like inside my
of the
drawers are organized.
Like when I say everything has a place,
Kendra, I see you do your ear like this. She was like, no, that really bothers me. That really bothers me. But somebody, Kendra, you gotta tell Kendra, that ear is her tell. Whenever something's about to get, like, she's like, that when somebody gets out of their drawer, so she does that.
Yeah. So even that is organized, and she has a label. She has a label
Look at Nikisha.
maker.
What's your drawer looking like, Nikisha? I see your face.
hot mess.
Like,
guilty.
Don't
You
come
looking
over here
guilty.
with that.
In fact, I have a laundry basket next to me where all the drawer contents have been dumped into to force me to go through. And do I need all that? Do I need mail from 5 years ago? Do I need that right now? Yeah.
No. She has a label maker on deck. So like things
goes
were
everywhere I
labeled.
go.
Yeah, things were. Yeah,
goes everywhere I go. Because listen, I could be at your house for coffee and drinks, and something might be labeled before I leave. Listen, let me label that for you.
I'm the Post-it note queen. You know, the number to your business that you need. What is that called? Your number, your EIN number.
EIN.
Yeah.
Right. And so, you know, I had like written it like different places and I always have to go looking for it. She had a label maker. So it's like right here on my computer, you know, like taped to my computer. So, and there were things that she said no to. So I was like, well, I want like a little makeup area. And she's like, no. We're going to put all your makeup right here. You got this little mirror when you need to put on your makeup. You do not need another piece of she's like, you do not need another piece of furniture in here. No. That's it. So
Kendra.
So I feel like you do need somebody to say
you do,
no,
to give you some boundaries.
You don't,
sure.
to give you some boundaries. Yeah.
Wow.
Kendra, I have a question. Kendra.
Here we go.
Look at Kendra. Look at the ear. Two questions. My first one is closets. Okay, that's all I'm gonna say.
Okay.
Like closets. I think that's their own that's their own domain and
Thea.
jungle when it comes to organization.
Friend.
Like
She
That's
can
true.
rework a closet.
I
That is
Friend.
true.
like so that is let me do the ear. That is one. The second one I'm thinking is like, what are some of people's like barriers when they think about like the excuses they give themselves around not being organized? Like I was like, my space is small. You know what I'm saying? Like that's even more reason to have a system when your space is even smaller and
Yeah.
tighter. But like, what are some of the barriers people have towards or the excuses they give about not organizing?
It's funny you asked me that because I was literally just thinking about this question the other day because I was working with a client who kept giving me excuses and I was going to make it into an Instagram post. I've totally forgot what it was now because I didn't write it down. But just trying to remember from working with different clients, it's always, oh, I need that for somebody else in the house. My son or my husband or my mom or my dad. When that is totally not true. Because if mom or dad or sister or brother is there, I'm going to say, well, hey, no, I don't need
Put it
that.
in your room. Or
Right. No, I don't need, she told you,
Yeah.
no, I don't need that. Get rid of it.
Mm.
So it's always, putting the blame on someone else. It's always I may need it later.
Need
And
later.
I may not be able to find it again later.
I may need it one day.
I may
One
need
day.
it one day. So I have a rule. Well, I didn't come up with the rule, somebody else did, but if you can get it in less than 20 minutes and it's under $20, let's get rid of it.
Oh.
Yeah, if it's
That's
something
good.
that accessible and that reasonably priced and you can just rebuy it, let's just get rid of it. If you don't have a real need for it right now, if not something you use every day or even once a week and it's taking up valuable real estate, let's get rid of it.
Can I just say the thing about, I need this for such and such. So she redid my office space, just one room in my house. And if it did not pertain to my work, it had to get out of the office.
Yeah.
So
that makes
I
sense.
couldn't have like personal stuff in here. I couldn't have my kids' stuff in here. We even have a thing outside my door, like for my kids' work or anything that I have to sign or anything that I have to look at for school. Like that goes in a there's something hanging outside my door that they can put that in. But if it did not pertain to my creativity, my work, it could not come into the space.
Right.
It had to leave the space.
I love that. I love
Yeah,
that.
It was not zoned in the office.
Yeah.
It was not
Yeah.
zoned.
And
Ooh.
everything has its place. Like even when my office gets messy, I still have peace in knowing everything has a place. There's somewhere where I can put everything, and she made everything accessible. So, I don't know how she came up with it, but I don't have to move stuff to get to stuff.
Yeah, that's a big thing.
And that's what I
Accessibility
mean
is really
when I
good.
say if it doesn't function, I need to know that it functions with ease before I leave your project.
Yeah.
Like if you
Yeah.
still have to move things and manipulate then the system is not working to my preference.
Yeah.
So I will share, 12 years ago, we wanted to start a home library. We found a guy on Craigslist who was donating his entire library. So we took all the books, some of them amazing, classics you never want to part with, some of the great American classics or whatever. That was about half. The other half was like beatnik novels and Wilson and Hobbes, I think is the name of somebody in Hobbes, comic books or whatever.
Calvin and Hobbes. I love those.
Calvin, well, I'm going to give them to you.
You should have gave them to me. Give them to me.
We've kept all those books all these years. Like maybe someday somebody will be in the Calvin and Hobbes. Maybe somebody will, you know what I mean? I'm going to send those to you. And then all those beatnik novels, they're taking up like 4 shelves of our library.
I don't know about that.
We'll go to somebody else. But you're reminding me now, or really just affirming that we don't need to hold on to stuff in case one day it has a need. It has a need. The other thing I was going to say is we had a flood in our home about 2 years ago now that completely ruined our master bedroom closet. So we had, in addition to getting everything, remade, redone, we had professional interior designers come in and redesign the master closet, which was amazing.
Okay.
New shelving, new all that, great. The whole time we've been thinking we need them to come back and redesign our children's closets because they're a mess. They're a hot mess in the children's closets. But what I think I hear you saying is an organizer can help us get there without spending those interior designer dollars, because that was way expensive. And we just need somebody to be like, okay, kids, do you need this? Do you need that? This is where your folded things can go. This is where hanging things, get some order in those closets. Oh, this is fantastic.
I think closets are my hardest spaces. I don't think of myself, and my colleagues here might mock me, but I don't think of myself as a person who like has a lot of clothes or a lot of those types of things. But then when I look at their face, when I look at my closet, I am a bit of, there's a couple things. I am a layerer. I love to layer things. Like this don't have, like I love things that go with things and can mix match with different things. So I end up having a lot of individual things that can go with each other in different ways as opposed to like pieces. That's how my mind works. Same thing with accessories. Like I have now that I will claim, I'm a big accessory whore. I love adornment. I have not yet found, outside of like baskets where I just throw all my bracelets or I throw all my rings or I throw all my things. So my closets always end up being not easeful. And then what happens is I have stuff in there that I haven't worn, that I haven't seen. I can't see.
It sounds like to me that you need a new design.
Can I just add one more thing also? She's a product junkie.
I am
Ooh, you didn't have to tell her business.
No,
you didn't have to tell
is
that.
a product junkie.
So I wasn't gonna snitch on you, boo. She did.
Like her counter, her counter or her bathroom cabinet. Well, that's she is a product.
I rely a lot on baskets. Like I put stuff in the basket, and then I'm like, okay, let me get my stuff. I didn't think myself that way, but I am coming to understand, and it is probably a design thing. And the space I am in is also small, and I haven't figured out switching things out seasonally.
When you change things out,
Kendra, she has her pen out. She has her pen
out.
Kendra has her pen out.
Kendra, if I sent you a picture of my current closet, even after,
she loves pictures.
So recently, I was like, okay, it's getting hot. I need to take out my fall stuff, my jackets, my boots. So I took that stuff out. And again, I'm in a studio kind of space in LA. So I took that stuff to my mom's in 2 bins. Even with that, even with that, I
send her a picture because she does virtual consulting too.
Oh, do you?
And I travel.
Yeah,
and I travel.
And she traveled. Even with that, I was like, and it's not effective because I love the clothes, but I can't get to them.
Yeah, it sounds like it's a design. I mean, you probably do have too much stuff. I mean, we're women. Come on, let's face it.
Yeah, it's gonna be a thing.
It's gonna be a thing, but it sounds like a design issue.
Yeah, when you say design, break that down. What do you mean when you say design
that
issue?
The space is not
it's
properly
like the way
designed.
It's set up. Yeah.
Yeah, for how she needs it to function.
And
so I will say this in LA, we're in older houses sometimes in these places. These older houses, they're set up like the shelves are already in the wall the way that they are when you move in. And they're
the space. So it's a structural
thing.
It's
a little bit of that too. Yeah. But
so in that instance,
Kendra,
you would come in and if it's a design issue, you would come in and do what?
Well, if redesign is an option, then we talk about that. But if it's not an option and you don't want to structurally change the layout of the space, then we got to figure out how to make the space work.
Yeah, you just got to figure out a flow. Now,
you just got to figure out a flow. And it's not one size fits all. So
no, it's very. It has to be customized, I would imagine.
It's very customized. Yeah.
So let me ask you this.
That's why I said send me a picture.
Okay, I will. Oh, I'm a little embarrassed, but I would do it.
Girl, Thea, I was so embarrassed. Thea,
she's seen worse.
Don't try to clean it up.
Yeah.
Right.
I was so embarrassed.
I tell everybody that your space is not the worst I've seen. I promise you.
Hold
I
on now.
promise you.
Hold
Yeah.
on. You said don't try to clean it up. Hold on. Wait a minute now.
No,
No.
tidy it
Yeah.
up before she
I
wants to see
tidy up
as
before the
is.
cleaners come. I tidy
Don't.
Yeah,
before the
she wants to see
cleaners
it
come.
as
I can't
is.
let them. I can't let them see
Because
it.
your mess tells me so much. I have gone into clients'
Oh.
houses,
Mm.
see the raw mess, and I've
Pause
already
for the cause. We got to pause
this
for
is
the
grief.
cause. Wait, hold on.
This
That's
is
a
Hold
She
on,
said,
hold on,
word.
"Ooh,
grief.
this
Kendra.
is grief."
Hold
She
on,
said, "This is
Kendra.
grief."
Hold on, Kendra. We got to pause for the cause. Your mess tells me so
So much
much.
That'll
about your
preach.
story.
That'll preach right there. It will.
It tells me so much. I went to a client's house. I walked in and immediately knew it was grief.
Mm-hmm.
Her mom had died 5 years ago.
That's a lot of
She had
grief.
done nothing. She could not function. And she said, I can't keep living like this.
Ooh, Kendra. Okay, that hit something because I think this space for me was meant to be temporary. And because I don't know what my next space is or when or where that space is, I still live in it in a way that's like for like the first yes.
Yeah.
Yes. Like I don't even get mail here. Like I'm like nervous about making it my place where I get mail. And I've had to leave spaces I built. I've had to leave homes that I've built and I've invested in with what I could take in order to like kind of save myself, in order to kind of like breathe. I've had to like run with what I had. And so I'm, after doing that like 3 times, 2-3 times, I'm kind of like afraid to like fully settle in. And like, that does make me wonder, like, I've just moved into whatever next space was convenient as opposed to like, what is this? What do I need out of a space? What kind of design would I need out of space? I'm still not rooted spatially, environmentally. So I think that has a lot to do with how I set things up. Things are set up in a way that what's set up, I can easily pack up.
Let me ask
If that
you
makes
this,
sense.
and I don't even this might not be appropriate. I don't know,
Uh-huh.
and I may
this
be
is Dim Black Mamas.
I might be totally off.
Uh-huh.
Have you healed from the trauma that brought you to this transition?
I think part of healing from that trauma was when I did start. So when I first moved in this place, it was more Airbnb-ish. And then about, what was it, Crystal? Was it right before I got Remy? Like September, August of last year. So it was a year from. So when I got here 2 years, it was almost 2 years ago, I was like, okay, this is my temporary space. But so I didn't change things at that time. I didn't change anything. But then last summer, I was like, oh, I'm going to be here longer than I thought. And I was like, if I'm going to be here, I have to make it functional. I have to make it work for me. So like my desk, I changed. I had to set up stuff for my altar. But I feel like I'm only like 60 to 75% there because part of me knows this is not my final place. Like if I had a home, like Crystal and Nikisha are in their homes, you know what I'm saying? So
yeah.
Look at Crystal
not
saying
the
nope,
final one.
nope.
But
This is temporary for us too. But I want to speak to the temporary, but but you're going through something different. But yeah.
So I feel like the thing that brought me here, I've claimed space in terms of like this is where the healing happens. This is where those things. So I even let go of things that were reminiscent of that old life. But it doesn't feel safe enough to say, let me
to make it a home.
Right. It's not that. I can't do that yet. And I don't think that's about the past trauma. I think that's just about the reality that I'm not yet in my home. And I know that. I'm not in my home yet. So it's like, I don't want to.
That's interesting. That's a barrier.
Like root down. Yeah, it is. It is. I don't want to root down and then I have to like uproot. I've done a lot of uprooting. I don't want to do that.
I get that.
So there is still that part, but I don't know I don't know.
So I can speak to that just a little bit. Like when I was in LA, I lived in LA for 8 years. I moved 7 times. And so when I moved to South Carolina, when I moved in with Q Baby, I didn't like hang pictures on the wall. It took years. It took years because I hadn't been rooted in so long. That living in a space with nothing on the walls, living in a space that didn't feel permanent, felt, I don't want to say comfortable, but it felt fine for me. And then in our old house, we lived in that. We didn't even live in that house 3 years, and I love that house, the new house that we bought, our second home, and we didn't live in there 3 years. And so when we got here, one of the reasons I was living out of boxes is because I was like, well, this is temporary. I don't know how long I'm going to be here. I don't want to get rooted. But I don't know how long I'm going to be here, so I had to get rooted. And
I see that.
What I think Kendra did a great job of, Thea, was if I have to move, I'm more equipped to move because things are organized. And like I said, she makes it very functional. So I'm not moving stuff. Like this will be the easiest room in the house to pack up because it's so organized. It would be the easiest and the fastest to pack up because it's so organized. That's not an outcome I was expecting.
Organizing helps to root. Helps you to root.
Organizing helps you to root, and organizing helps, like, if you don't know how long you're going to be in a space, and I mean, that's information that you can give her so that she can organize your space in that way. But I feel like we don't know how long we're going to be here. This is temporary for us. Because we're looking to buy a home. So this is temporary for us. And, but I feel like it's so organized.
That you can do it.
I can.
Yeah, you can do it with ease.
I can do it with ease.
Yeah.
But that brings about a point to me. You know, you asked about barriers. So that's definitely a barrier that people use.
Yeah.
You know, I don't know how long I'm going to be here. This is temporary. But here's what I say to that. If you don't know how long you're going to be there, if it is temporary, and especially if you know that it's under a year, then why not make it a home so that you have ease, so that you have functionality, so that you have peace and calm in the space, regardless of how long you're going to be there.
I think that is the trauma I haven't healed from. I think that healed from the relationship pieces, but the one that's the hardest is the losing home, like the sense of home multiple times. That is the trauma that I'm still healing from, and very nervous about readopting or re-embracing the idea of home and it falling apart or it ending. Like that is the part that I'm still healing from.
And I think that once we know and believe that home is wherever we are, that home is in our hearts, home is in the people that we love and that we cherish, and where we live actually doesn't matter.
That's hard, though.
It
is.
I think it's hard because of the way that not because it's not true, but just because of the way that we're nurtured.
And what we put into homes.
And what we put into
building
home.
it, yeah.
One thing I always ask my clients when we're working on a new space is this temporary? Is this temporary or is this permanent for you?
Yeah, that's that.
And I ask that for several different reasons. But one thing I realized when I bought my house in 2020 is that none of my organization products, bins, baskets, none of them worked in my kitchen. Absolutely none of them. I had to rebuy, all of that stuff. And so I asked that because I want to know how much of your money to spend or not spend on organizing products.
How much to invest
and I want,
in that.
how much to invest in that. And then I want you to also realize that to not become attached to the things. Because they may not be able to go with you where you're going. And I don't want you to have the expectation that when you get to the new place, I'm going to create the same vibe, the same look, the same aesthetic as I did before, because it may not even be structurally possible. And I just had that scenario. I unpacked a client maybe 2 or 3 years ago. She just moved and bought a new house. Same thing. Everything had to be repurchased. But luckily for me, this client was like, "Girl, do what you do. I'm gonna go sit on the couch and watch TV. Here's the card." But that's not always the case with everybody.
So you work with, or you have worked with creatives. I mean, you work with me, and often creativity is associated with chaos.
Yeah.
And so is genius. It's often associated with chaos. I don't know if it's true or not, but I know that people often associate those two things.
Yeah.
So what have you seen in the relationship with creativity and organization?
Yeah. And so I don't think that creativity and chaos have to coexist. I absolutely don't think they have to coexist. I think that once we get organized, we realize how much better creativity flows,
That's true.
how much more inspired we are. And I think that once we welcome the organization piece, and Crystal, you can speak to this, once we welcome that piece in, we realize how much better we are for it.
What's the Bible verse? Cleanliness is next to godliness. Elders, you would say that, and I used to be like, I just want women to always be cleaning up. But the older I get, I'm like, oh no. And Thea, I think you said this to me one time. You said spirit can't function in mess. It's really hard for spirit to move in chaos and in mess. And so, like, going through this process, I was like, I really had to rethink that verse, like, cleanliness is next to godliness. It's like clarity, like that. Like that's what that means
really
to me. That's really what that verse means to me, and this outside is a reflection of how I'm feeling inside, and sometimes the outside space can calm, the inner me. But being able to lay on my floor without, I mean, Thea, you've seen me when I'm writing or when I'm planning something. It's just, I can have like a whole bunch of papers around.
Not only that,
and
but it's also just dangerous in terms of like.
It is.
She has tunnel vision.
I have tunnel vision. And so just being able to like lay on this floor sometimes, or if I'm feeling creatively stuck, being able to get up from my desk and do downward dog. Like that's like, that's sort of what, Kendra gave me. And there are areas like in my office, I have my little couch over there. You know what I mean? So it does allow creativity and imagination, I will say, to flow more with ease.
I have never done well with like that creative requires chaos. Like if I'm stuck creatively, I have to clean my space. I have to be able to see things, feel things. Air has to come through, light has to come through. Like that always has been like essential for me. When that gets all cluttered, to me, I'm actually probably suffering with like a little bit of depression or a little bit of sadness or a little something is happening. But it also, I think it's because clutter hides truth.
Absolutely.
Like clutter hides realities that we don't want to face. And what I'm learning, even Crystal, with our spiritual practice, is that that's where the opportunities for confusion, the opportunities for, overthinking, the opportunities for self-doubt, they hide in that clutter.
Yeah.
They hide in that lack of light and that lack of truth. And so even when I find myself like as a creative doubting or feeling down, I will now like reorganize my desk or clean or open. Where is something not getting through? Because I'm now really clear that clutter creates opportunity for all the kind of negative energy you don't want in your life. It literally makes it capable of hiding.
So we've been talking from a perspective as if you already have space, right? Like people already have space. But one of the early, and maybe it was the first Black Mama episodes that we did was
Black Mama Creative episode.
The Black Mama Creative episode where we says like we gave like 8 tips, and one of the things you have to do is create your own space, right? So, Kendra, what would be your advice to a Black mama creative? And I'm speaking specifically to moms because I think we often design our house, create our house with other people in mind, and not necessarily ourselves. So, what would be the first step in creating a space for yourself in your home?
I think the first thing to ask yourself is, how do you need the space to function?
Mm.
And we got to be,
That's really good, because as creatives, I don't think we think a lot about functionality.
and it's got to be true to it's got to be very realistic. It's got to be very realistic. It can't be some overarching goal of how you want the space to operate in the future. It has to be very present and in the now. Like, how do you want this space to operate for you right now? And then you devise a plan around that. Like I said, it's not black and white, because everybody's space is different. But starting there is the perfect start.
Yeah, when I started, I had a corner in our dining room in our old house, and I had a little, like, one of those, like, little corner desk, and it was very, very small. And the only thing I didn't, my books weren't there or anything. I just needed space for my laptop. So I didn't start off with an office. I started off in a little corner of the dining room in our old home.
Yeah, and I think you also have to consider your routines to make it very personal to how you operate in the space. And
I think with that, Crystal, like in that episode, one of the things we emphasized was, and I told the story of like how when many moons and years ago, when I wanted a backyard, I wanted a garden, and I had that little piece of dry land in the back that I had to like figure. It was like a little strip. It wasn't, you couldn't grow much of nothing in it. But I was like, if I take care of this, then I'm gonna get a bigger one, you know? And I think that's what it is. Once you start dedicating space to a particular intention, and you're consistent with that, and you're able to do that like happily, with joy, with ease, I think then eventually it starts to, you know, your gift will make room for you. Yeah, it starts to grow out, and it does get bigger. And one of the things I appreciate, Kendra, about what you just shared is that to be realistic, present, and functional. I'm a person, so I do like functionality. I do like things to be efficient, but also I can be very fantastical. I can be like, you know, very big. And one of the things in this season of my life I'm learning to appreciate is how things that are like stable and functional and practical and real allow me to access more of myself. How sometimes that big outward fantasy of what you want is like a dispersing of self in a way. Whereas like if you kind of bring it down and you make it really grounded and you make it really real, you're able to like unlock other layers of yourself through that. And I think that sometimes we try to do that through the expression of a thing, but I think kind of bringing that in and kind of making it more real grounds it downward and inwards more.
Yeah. And that can be hard for creators because, I mean, we're taught
everything's about expression.
Well, everything is about expression, but also like you spend a lot of time fighting for your dream and like wanting people to believe in your dream and you believing in your dream. That you feel like, I got to go big to prove that I really believe in it. You know what I'm saying? But that thing that you said, it has to be present. It has to be realistic. Like at that time, we were living in a 3-bedroom home and we had 4 kids. I couldn't take one of the rooms and
to
make
be
it
your
into an
space.
office to be, you know, my space. So we had to be, I had to like be very realistic and truthfully, like, did I need that much space?
Right.
Was I really ready for, you know, that much space? And so sometimes I feel like when we when we go smaller, we feel like, oh, I'm downing my dream. I'm
Right.
not. But you're really like you said there, you're being realistic with where
Right.
you really, really,
Right.
really, really are. And
Mhm.
it got to the point that even my family was like, okay, this is taking up way too much space in the dining room. Like we're trying to eat in here, and you not because my desk. Eventually, my desk grew. Then I added a bookshelf and all this stuff. So eventually, I grew out of that space into an office.
Yeah.
But that little space, like you said, I just giving myself that little space. And this is a thing I think moms have to be aware of too. Is like my kids can do their homework on that space. My husband can do his work on that space. Like this was just my, little space. And that little space, did fit my dreams. But I like that piece about realistic and
Yeah.
present.
Yeah, and it's
Realistic and
really
present.
just being honest with the season that you're in
Mm,
and honoring that season.
That's good. That's
love
good.
that.
That's good. What advice would you give on, how shall I put this? Cleaning up? Like,
Get somebody else to do it. No, I'm just playing.
I
because
love
it
that.
was great. It was
Yeah.
great when you came in and you organized the space. And then I was like,
It
where
still
to get the
looks good.
space? And yeah, but I have to clean it up. Like,
You do. Maintaining
and
it.
I'm just thinking, maintaining the space,
Yeah.
because moms are like, I don't want another thing
Yeah.
added to, so my question is, first I want to say, let's say you have a space, right? What is the first step in organizing that space? And then maintaining the space. What tips would you give on that?
So the first step in organizing the space is simplifying the things in the space. After we've realized how we want to use the space, how we need the space to function, then the next step is simplifying the space. Sometimes we just have too many things. We consume too many things. There are too many things in the space so that it doesn't even function the way that it needs to function. So let's simplify the space. Let's purge. Let's remove things that don't belong. And then creating zones. Like Crystal, you have a zone for everything in your office. So creating a zone for the things that you actually need to to remain in the space. And after that, you want to create the system that's bringing in the products, that's bringing in the tools and the resources that you need to help the system flow with ease. And after that, it's maintaining. And my biggest advice to people on maintaining a space is put it away, don't put it down. Put it away, don't put it down. Because when you put it down, it could be a week before you get back to it. And so one of the things that I am very particular about is putting things away and not putting them down. And that's because my life moves so fast. I'm a single mom, I'm a mompreneur, all the different roles in my life. And the same thing for you guys, right? When I realized that when I put things away, there's so much time I'm saving for when I need that thing again. Because I can go straight
I'm looking at
to
some
it.
things I done put down.
Put it away. Put it where it belongs.
I'm looking at some things I done put down and been like, tomorrow.
Kendra, that's a good segue.
Good God. Wait a minute.
That's a good life lesson.
I'm looking at
a life lesson.
Since
That's
our
a life
folks
lesson.
are moms,
Put it
our
away.
moms,
Don't put it down. Jeez.
there is, if they're anything like me, there is copious amounts of laundry all over the place. Is there a laundry tip? Because you get to the point where you've dried the things, you get them out the dryer,
But you do not fold.
and you telling me to put them away and not put them down?
Well, listen.
Tell that
That's
to my
the
couch
thing.
right now.
But
That's full of.
But listen, sometimes I
loads.
will admit sometimes
I
my
do have a
clothes
bag
live
of
on
laundry
the
sitting right
bed for a
here.
couple of days.
I must have a bag of laundry right behind this little thing here.
Yeah. What do we do with the laundry?
Sometimes it comes a point where we have to outsource, right? We have to bring in help, and we gotta honor. We gotta be real about that and honor that.
I like that. I did have a laundry
That's
service
the
when we
truth.
first moved here. I forgot about them, actually. I could put this job
Yeah,
on them. Mhm.
That would be
I
so great
my laundry service, I used to get giddy when
when they would come. Get it
when
on.
she was coming.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
would get giddy, and then when she dropped them off, I was like,
Yeah.
Yes.
And then you got to put them away, though.
and then you
'cause they're
just
Yeah.
don't put
folded.
You
them
gotta put 'em away.
down.
Don't
You
put
gotta
them
put 'em
down. You
away.
got to put them away because they're
Yeah.
You gotta
folded.
put
There's
'em
no
away.
excuse now.
They
Yeah.
bring them
But I
back
think-
ready to be put away. That's
even
a
let's
great
say
idea.
you know, the affordability is an issue. I think that's where that realistic piece comes in too. Is like you have to be realistic about your time. There are things for me that affordability is an issue, so I'm like, I have to make time to do this.
You have to.
And I
You have to
be
schedule it. Just
Yeah,
like you
you
schedule your
do.
hair appointment, nail appointment. If you're struggling to create the time to get the thing done, schedule it.
Mm-hmm.
Make it a
And-
priority.
That's a
And
great
make it
point.
a ritual. Like
Yeah.
I'm playing music, I'm lighting incense
Yeah.
because it's not just another
Make it
chore.
enjoyable.
Yeah, it's not just another chore for me. For me, it's like I'm creating space.
Yeah.
I am I'm reclaiming my space. Like
right.
I'm really creating a space for my imagination and
Yeah.
for my creativity. So I don't attach it to like, I gotta clean this up again.
Yeah.
You know? I think
So when
about
you
like
think about it
the
as
energy
self-care
about it.
instead of a chore, think of it
Mhm.
as
Oh, I like
self-care.
that. I
And-
like that.
You know, there's self-care for yourself and there's also self-care for your home, right?
Mm,
So think of
mm,
it as self-care and not a
mm,
chore.
yeah. Honoring
Mhm.
the space you've been blessed with.
That's right.
Yeah.
Honoring the
That's
space
right.
you've been blessed with.
But I want to say another barrier
Uh-oh.
because the laundry thing is a real thing and with a lot of my clients.
Uh-huh.
And, you know, how can I reduce this laundry? Why is there so much laundry? How can I find the time to do the laundry? Stop buying so many clothes.
Hold on now. You didn't have to wait a minute.
I
We
don't
weren't
understand
going
the-
there.
I don't
Kids-
understand the statement. I
Crystal,
don't
come on back.
understand the
Come back in
statement.
the room.
I don't understand the statement.
Come back in the room.
I withdraw
no
my
hablo,
question.
No hablo español. No hablo. No hablo.
Stop buying so many things. Y'all, consumerism is a real problem. Over-consumerism is a real
You're not
problem.
wrong. You're not wrong.
We buy so many things and then we complain about having to take care of the thing. The answer is stop buying so many things. Your kids don't need 30 pair of shoes. Your kids don't need 50 plus outfits.
It's not my kids. It's the problem for me. You know, it's me.
Mm.
Well, listen,
This
we
is
women
my
like our clothes, right?
confession.
We women like our things.
I listen. I like my things. I like my clothes. I like my shoes. I like my accessories. But I'll tell you the truth. If it doesn't fit, I don't need any more.
This is true.
Y'all didn't
No
expect this
front.
episode to be about capitalism, did you?
Oh,
You know,
no.
that's
About consumer. It's true.
twist.
It's true. It's
Plot
true. It's true.
twist.
If it
And
doesn't
part
fit,
of
I don't need
keeping
any
it
more.
organized is being able to take care of. If you're going to
Mhm.
own or be a steward of something, you have to be able to also take care of it. And if you got more than
With
you
the
can take
thing.
care of, you have to
You have too much.
own that and release it to back to the world, back to
You're
the
not
world.
Right.
wrong. You're
I
not wrong.
think that can also, when you're thinking about buying a home,
I just need a moment.
like you want an
Yeah.
office space, but are you really ready to be a steward of that space? That's good, Kendra.
Yeah,
You
and
sure
that
did
goes
step
back.
on my toes.
That goes back to honoring the season that you're in. And we have a
Mm.
hard time doing that because we want so much in life, right? But like right now, I'm going through some things, y'all, and I gotta honor the season. I gotta be honest about the season that I'm in, and I gotta honor the season that I'm in. And I also know that it's not permanent.
Yeah. I don't have any more questions for Kendra. I don't know.
Listen, I didn't come to step on toes.
No, you did, Kendra, and that's what you're supposed to do. Now I got to
promise I
ponder.
did.
Now I'm gonna be pondering. I feel like I got some people to cuss out. about my home
Right.
situation. I got to let
Oh,
some of
my
this
goodness.
rage and this grief go so I can heal that. I got key points, Kendra. I got key points I got to follow up with when I get
Listen,
off of this.
I'm glad
Gotta
I did
change
the
your
Lord's
shopping
work.
habits. Goodness.
You gotta change your
Put it
shopping
away,
habits.
not put it down.
Put it
Girl,
down.
it's some people I need to put away.
Ooh,
Because I done put them down. I
realistic.
need to put them
I gotta be
away.
present.
Well,
I gotta be realistic. This is a lie.
it is
It's
a lot.
It's a lot.
I think
It's
I
never
think
just
I-
clutter.
Kendra,
That's what
you
I
tell me.
learned.
I think if I cuss people out more, I will have less clutter. I think there's a relationship there. I think that if
There
I
may be
let
a
people know
correlation
how
there.
thank you, Kendra. I think that if I let
There may
people
be.
know how I'm feeling about
Huh.
things more, like without having to be like, is this done right? Is this nice? Is this? If I'm just like, you know what? No, not today. If I just do that, I think I will have less clutter because a lot of that consumerism is self-soothing. You know what I'm
It's
saying?
true.
A lot of that buying is a way of like self-soothing because really we're not being real about what we actually want to be saying or doing. Let me go back to what Kendra said. Let me bring it back.
Thank you, Kendra.
Kendra said simplify. I realize
Simplify.
sometimes, and a lot of what we were talking about is like kind of like this stifled emotional expression. That is also a part of like the clutter that we keep internally and that reflects outside. So what I'm thinking is simplify, right? We as Black women are trained to like really overanalyze our emotions before we express them, really overthink them. Like, you know, we think about who we're saying it to, how we feel about them, how they feel about what we're saying. If we were to simplify that and be like, I feel bad. I don't like this hoe. I don't like this nigga. I don't like that nigga. If we just felt it and didn't overanalyze it, I just wonder. I just am curious about how this relates to our
Report
spaces
back
and
on
our
that.
stuff. I got
Report
you,
back.
Kendra.
Report,
got you,
report,
Kendra.
yeah, report back. He is
Keisha,
gonna do
you
a
with me
social.
on this, Nikisha? You with me
I'm
on
with
this,
you. I got
Nikisha?
your back. I
You in
support it.
trouble. You rolling with a Scorpio.
It's the
Till
conscious
the wheels
choice
fall
right
off.
now. It's the conscious choice.
This is a conscious choice.
I bet her place
But
will be tidier. I bet it will.
I bet you it will.
My last question is about paperwork, because I know that you also organize virtual spaces. So like Google workspaces and things like that, you organize spaces like that as well. What are and creatives
Even think about that with clutter. Oh my God, think about my Google Drive now.
A lot of us use virtual spaces to keep our ideas, just whatever, creatives and innovators. What are some tips that you can give to organizing your virtual spaces to creatives?
Oh my God.
Because I don't think it's
that
something
just
that we
changed
think
everything.
about.
Well, using folders is key for everything. Not just keeping things on the outside, but containing those in folders where you can easily access things that you need later. Getting rid of the clutter as soon as it comes in. You get an ad or a coupon or something that you don't absolutely need. Let's go ahead and get rid
Delete.
of it. Let's go ahead and delete it.
So you don't have like old emails?
Oh, I do have old emails, but let me tell you something. When I was working, I had the cleanest email. When I was working a 9 to 5.
How?
Because I'm so attached to things being organized though. So I would always, first thing I did in the morning was clean my email. I didn't want to see anything old. But now that I work from home, that's not so much the case. I wish it were. And one day I'll get back to it because the clutter it takes me down.
Yeah, my email is really cluttered.
Well, I feel like honestly, it's hard. Like that is like hard because one, capitalism again. Them fools is sending ads around the clock.
Unsubscribe.
I've been unsubscribing. I've been unsubscribing. But in this new world, when you sign up for one thing, that fool sells your shit to like 4 others, and now you got like 5 people.
Yeah.
That's true.
So it's been that too.
Your unsubscribe game got to be strong. It's got to be strong. But then also in those passive times when you don't really you're just laying around, you're doom strolling or you're watching a Netflix, or you're trying to find something to watch. Now's a good time to start cleaning up photos, emails, unsubscribing from things you don't need, even if it's just 5 to 10 minutes a day or a night.
Photos.
those things add up and eventually, give you the ease that you need. So you got to find the time.
It's true.
So is your phone organized too, like in terms of like digital, like
Yes.
the apps
Yes.
and things?
Yes.
Ah, what's a tip on that? Like organizing your phone.
And for me, it's folders.
Mm.
And let me tell you something. If somebody gives me their phone and it's chaotic, I'm like, girl, can you please let me organize
I should have gave you my phone.
this
You
phone?
put the
And
apps
let me
into
tell you.
folders and groupings. You put,
Yeah.
oh, that's cute. Okay.
Yeah. Let me tell
I
y'all,
got a
I
lot
hate
going on.
picking up my mama's phone.
This is
Mm.
crazy.
She got to scroll over 5 screens to get to the camera. I'm like, Mama, just put the camera on the front screen. Well, then I won't remember it's there. Whew.
I do on mine. You know how you can put your most used apps? I do have that. Like that, I like that. So I get to my Spotify quick. I can get to the world clock quick. That I like. That's
Yeah, I
I've been
got
using
folders
that.
on my phone. I have a productivity folder, a tech folder, social, entertainment, work, edit and create,
Oh
a
my.
wellness, a travel. I got my little hustles, things I do like Poshmark and Facebook Marketplace. So yeah, everything's in a folder. Only thing that's not in a folder are things I need to get to very, very easily, like my Spotify. I gotta have my music
Yeah,
at
me
one.
too. Yeah,
Things
that's
I
my
want
number one.
at one touch are not in a folder. Instagram is a one touch. So yeah, everything's
Okay.
organized over here
I love
for
it.
the, mo-
I
for the
love
for the most part.
this. I love this. I love this. I love this. And also an unexpected thing that I got from the organization was ease.
Yeah, of course.
Moving in my space
Yeah,
with ease, not
Yeah.
having to step over stuff, not having to step around stuff, and exerting that extra energy. That was I didn't expect that, but I know that you do talk a lot about that. Like that's one
Yeah.
of your,
That's my thing. It's my
that's a
tagline.
thing.
Live with ease. Like if the organization does not help you live with ease, it's not truly organized.
Mm.
It's just put away. It's just neat. But the ultimate
Okay.
goal for me with every client that I see is that it helps you live with ease.
Yeah, because I don't feel stressed out by the organizing. I don't
Yeah.
even feel stressed out by maintaining it because everything has such a specific
Right.
place. It doesn't, when I do have to tidy up or clean up, it doesn't take me long
Yeah.
because everything has such a specific place, and it is
Yeah.
actually very calming.
Yeah.
I
And
would say.
I tell my clients because, not every client or not every person is for everybody, right? And I realize that there will be some clients who may not be a very good fit for me. I have found that creatives and entrepreneurs are very good fits for me. And I didn't even create that. That's just how it was designed from the very start. But I tell my clients from the beginning that I am a micro organizer. Like I want to organize every single thing. And if they say, well, I don't need that. I just need a space for this and a space for that. I might not be the best organizer for you.
Y'all, she went into my little bins. I have like little bins that I keep stuff in, and she organized those. And she's like, "You got some mason jars?" And I was like, "Yeah, I got some mason jars." And she took the mason jars and like put stuff in the mason jars. Like even within the bin is organized, but again, it doesn't feel stressful. I don't feel like it doesn't feel rigid. I don't feel like rigid about it. It's a flow. It offers a flow, and it's a flow that that goes with me, and it does make sense with me. That doesn't put pressure on me.
Yeah, and
I
it's
think.
the common denominator with all of my clients, creatives, small business owners, high achieving professionals, is that we need to buy back time wherever we can.
Yeah,
Because we're always on the move. We're always getting to the next thing, the next meeting, the next event, whatever the thing is. And so it's important for me to help you create that ease. And that's why I say I may not be for everybody, and that's fine. But there are a whole lot of us.
Yeah, that need you, girl.
That need what I offer.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Need you.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
absolutely.
So you have an offer for our listeners. So tell us about the offer, and then also tell us,
wow.
what you have coming up or where
All
we can find
right.
you.
Okay, so the offer is a free space audit for the first 3 people that book. And the space audit is simply
Oh.
where we meet virtually. I look at your space and I give you some recommendations on how to make the space work better for you. That's what a space audit
Fantastic.
is. It's not the same thing as a virtual do it yourself. That's a much more intensive thing. But the space audit helps a lot of people because sometimes we're not at the point where we can invest the money to do the virtual or to do the on-site organizing. And so we just want to know, what can I do to make this space better? So that's what the space audit is. And so if you go on the site, organizedbykendra.com, you go down to services, you book the space audit, and you put in the code Dem Black Mamas, and you will get that service 100% free.
Yay!
Oh my
First 3
God,
people.
yay, first
But it's the
3
first
people.
3 people.
Free.
First 3
three
people.
Free.
First 3
three
people.
That's so
Y'all better
amazing,
jump on this.
Kendra.
Yeah.
Until August
Yes.
1st. Until August
Yeah.
1st.
So jump on this, y'all. Jump on
Yeah.
this.
Jump on
So what do you have coming up, or where can we find you?
that. I really don't have a lot coming up right now. I have a couple of travel projects, hopefully in the works. Maybe a big collaboration with an influencer coming up.
Okay.
Still keeping my fingers crossed on that one. But you can find me at www.organizedbykendra.com, and I am at Organized by Kendra on all social platforms.
Yeah.
Yay.
Y'all follow her, and you'll see she has a lot of videos of spaces that she's transformed. And I think you have like some tips on there too. I haven't been on Instagram a lot
I
lately,
do
but
tips.
yeah.
Sometimes I'm not
Yeah.
real consistent, y'all, but I'm
not either,
working
Kendra.
on
Don't
it.
worry about it, child.
I'm
Don't worry
working
about
on
it.
it.
I've
I'm
surrendered.
working on it.
Everything with us is ish.
Everything
Yeah.
is ish.
This comes out the 1st or 15th
Ish,
ish.
ish, yeah.
Ish. Everything with us is ish.
See, I don't even
yeah.
have a set date. It's just like, oh, I got time today. Let me post something.
That's right.
Yeah.
That's how
Yeah,
mine
same.
is.
Same.
Yeah.
But that's because you're working. You're doing.
That's
you're
absolutely
working.
true. That
You're
is
working,
absolutely
so.
right.
Well, thank you so much for joining
this
us.
has been
Thank you
great. Thank you
guys.
so
I
much.
enjoyed this so much.
Yeah.
Me too.
Yeah.
you.
Thank
It's
you
so
so much. We
helpful.
appreciate you. You stepped on some toes, but
You
we
did.
needed it.
That's
you
all right.
got
we
It's all in
did.
You
love.
With
gathered
love.
us
You stepped on
with love.
gathered. I feel we get gathered with
Feel
love.
gathered.
Yeah, I'll be waiting for some pictures for you.
Yeah, she
Mm.
had
I'm
her
gonna
pen out,
send
so she's
them.
serious.
I know.
She had her
I'm
pen
gonna
out, and she was
send-
doing this, so she's
Mhm.
serious.
I know.
You can get my number from Crystal, or you can email me. Either way,
Okay. I'll
I'm
be
ready.
in touch.
All right.
I'm ready too. I'm ready.
Good.
Okay.
Hey now, it's time for one of our favorite parts of the episode. Y'all know what it is. It is Black Mama Say. We put our Dim Black Mama spin on things mamas have been saying, Black mamas have been saying for a long time. This week's Black Mama Say is, what I won't be doing is... Is that right? Did I get that right? What I won't be doing.
You got that.
You
And
did.
Crystal explained it earlier on as a little bit of, releasing. What are we releasing? What are we letting go of doing, not going to do anymore to reclaim our space?
I can go first.
Okay.
What I won't be doing is telling Black people, specifically Black women, what to do.
Mm-hmm.
Mm,
And what nobody should be doing.
mm,
I will not be doing that. Because number one, I don't think that it is a good idea to guilt people into movements and activism.
Yep.
Because the last thing you want in a movement, in an organizing space, is someone who was guilted into being there and someone who really doesn't want to be there. You don't want that. That causes harm to the movement, and it could backfire, and it could actually take you longer to get to where you want to be. Contrary to popular belief, it doesn't take everybody to change the world. It doesn't take
I've
all
said
of
that.
us.
I say that all the time.
It doesn't take
We
all
don't need
of us.
it.
And people are more effective when they're in their own lane.
Absolutely.
So I won't
Whatever
be
that
telling
is.
whatever that lane is. So I won't be telling Black people what to do or how to respond to anything at this moment.
Yeah.
That's what I won't be doing.
Mm-hmm.
What
I
I
love that.
will be doing is staying in my lane
Mm-hmm.
and riding the
There you
fuck
go.
out of that lane.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And that's
As you
how
should.
I will show. That's how I will show up. That's how I would. That's how I intend to respond. To this moment. And what I will also be doing is saying, where are the white people? That's who I will be telling what to do. White people. That's what I will be doing. I will be telling white people what to do.
What I won't be doing is offering grace. What I'm very clear about is that I am no longer in the season of my life where grace is an option for people who have not exhibited the capacity to show up honorably, show up authentically, and show up in a way that shows that they respect who I am. So what I would not be doing is offering grace. You know who the fuck I am when you meet me. You're very clear. My way of making sure that I show you that I know who I am when you meet me is that I will not be offering grace. And I am very excited about this because as I look over, the places where I'm removing the most clutter are the places where I offered the most grace to the people who were the least deserving of it. So let's see what this next season looks like.
It looks good on you, honey. I love it.
I think grace died in sinners.
Grace died, and I don't want to.
I really do.
I don't want to go back there.
It
But
did.
that bitch only took out one person.
It did. Right.
And brought in a whole bunch of demons. And that is exactly what my experience with Grace has been.
I
when
think
all she had to do was rest on her mothering and know them kids wasn't going to let nobody in the house.
She had mothered.
We don't know. We don't know if that's how she mothered. We don't know. We don't
That's
know
her
how
don't
she
know
did
what
it.
they have.
You don't have to take everybody out because you don't act right. Yeah.
We're not sure if that's how she mothered.
R.I.P. Grace.
Yeah, but I think a lot of people left Grace in the theaters.
R.I.P. Grace.
With sinners. I think a lot of people left it there.
That's a word. That's a word right there.
Yeah.
So to wrap this up, based on what we've learned from the mac and cheese from our brilliant guest, what I won't be doing is all this laundry. And that's that on that.
I would not be doing all this laundry.
The lady said outsource.
That's true.
Outsource.
I love to outsource.
Outsource is your friend. Outsource is your friend.
Very good, Keisha.
Very good.
Thank you. Thank you.
Very good.
Follow us on Instagram at Dim Black Mamas Podcast. And if you don't want to miss a minute of the magic, sign up for our recently revamped newsletter, The Mothership, which includes reflections of the conversations we've been having and hearing. And we also share Collection Plate Cause, where we'll spotlight causes and initiatives that resonate with our community.
And don't forget to check out our website at www.demblackmamas.com. Dem Black Mamas is a conversation, so our inbox is always open. Send us your thoughts about the show us some love, and ask us some questions at magic@demblackmamas.com.
And be sure to listen and subscribe wherever you get your podcasts, including YouTube. Don't just look at us. Subscribe and like and comment. Like, if there's something that resonates with you, please drop it in the comments. Rate and review us on Apple. And you can also comment on Spotify now as well. And don't forget to donate to our Collection Plate Cause, Creators Well. Our goal, again, is 100 reoccurring monthly donors to give $25 or more to Creators Well, which is a nonprofit organization founded by me for Black girls ages 12 to 21 in South Carolina interested in writing and performance. And in closing, maintain,
expect,
abundance.
That's all we got. So we ain't got no more. Namaste.
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 Namaste.